May 7, 1971, Knox and Lawrence counties were in the midst of a massive cleanup as the aftermath of a massive storm Thursday morning that left a path of damage totaling thousands of dollars. Utility companies in the two-county area reported service restored to all affected customers, most of them by 10 p.m. that night, as hundreds of lines were down by falling trees and utility poles blown over by the high winds. The Vincennes Plaza Shopping Center was one of the areas hardest hit by the storm that dumped 1.31 inches of rain on the area. High winds ripped off sections of the shopping center roof, and the rain poured in. Most of the businesses were able to keep the water mopped up and continued business operations. However, two businesses, Big G and Hill Brothers Shoe Store, remained closed. Russ Meyer, manager of Big G, said his store would definitely remain closed over the weekend. He could not estimate the amount of damage and estimated 3 inches of water poured into his store. We're definitely closed. I can only say we'll be closed over the weekend, and we'll try to get the word out as soon as possible as to when we can reopen. We were hit pretty hard, Meyer said. Hundreds of trees were felled by the high winds. Many of them blocked streets and roads. However, there are no blocked roads now, according to the highway officials in Indiana and Illinois. City and county street departments, crews worked in darkness that night, removing the fallen trees. William C. Bird, manager of Public Service Indiana in Vincennes, said crews worked until 2 a.m. Friday, mending the torn lines. All services was restored by 10 p.m. last night, Bird said. We temporarily mended some of the lines, and it will be weeks before we can make the repairs permanent. But I think we did the best we could. We got the services back as quickly as possible, he added. Bird said crews from Princeton, Sullivan, and Bloomfield aided local linemen in mending the downed lines. Central Illinois Public Service at Lawrenceville reported it too had restored service to all areas by 10 p.m. CIPS officials said most of their trouble was centered in the area where the tornado was sighted 6 miles south of Lawrenceville. The high winds left a wide path of destruction. Many houses reported damage. The greatest single loss to a home was at the Harvey Voorhees residence between Monroe City and Princeton. Frieza's greenhouse on north edge of Vincennes was virtually flattened. Traffic on US 41 South was temporarily slowed due to a utility line down across the southbound lane near Shank Farm. Insurance companies said their phones were ringing off the wall, with customers reporting winds and storm damage Friday morning. Milder weather prevailed today as southern Indiana cleared debris from Thursday storms. The band of storms caused widespread property damage in portions of southern Indiana. 3 people were injured near Washington, Indiana. Authorities said Miss Brenda Hayes, 24, of Washington, suffered a broken arm when the high wind overturned a house trailer where she was babysitting with 2 children. And Miss Marilyn Ball, Washington, and her son Jackie, 2, suffered minor injuries when their car struck a tree along a Davis County road during a rainstorm. The U.S. Weather Service says the gusty winds and scattered mild thunderstorms will continue, but high winds and hail are not expected like those which punctured and ripped roofs from buildings and downed dozens of power and telephone lines Thursday. No show today. The movie screen of the Midway Drive-In Theater, west of Lawrenceville on US 250, was a victim of Thursday's storm. High winds knocked over the huge screen. It is not known when the movie will be reopened. This picture, porch gone. Mayor E.H. Montgomery surveyed the damaged areas of Vincennes yesterday afternoon following the storm. From left, Orville Evans, Mary Kaufman, Jerry Kaufman, Lloyd Evans, and Betty Morris show the mayor the damaged porch of the Evans residence at 2312 North 1st Street. In this picture, titled Tree Flattens Car Roof, a tree at the intersection of 1st and Tecumseh Streets, felled by high winds Thursday, smashed the roof of a parked car. City street workers removed the tree, reopening the road to traffic. This picture, titled Barn Unroofed, the barn on the Joe Finley residence lost its roof when a tornado hit Thursday morning. The Finley farm is located about 6 miles north of Lawrenceville on Illinois Highway No. 1. This picture, titled Tornado Scene, machinery building on the Warren Buchanan farm, 6 miles south of Lawrenceville, was in the path of a tornado Thursday. The building was completely destroyed by the twister. This picture, titled Homeless, one of the lesser aftermaths, the tornado which struck sections of southern Lawrence County, yesterday was the barn of the Warren Buchanan farm. The family cat, which made the barn its home, will have to seek a new place to live until the building is reconstructed. This picture, trailer crushed. A section of the wall of a trailer parked at the Harvey Voorhees residence between Monroe City and Fritchton is all that remains after the storm Thursday. The Voorhees residence was also badly damaged. This picture, titled Flattened, the building at the John Newell residence in the area of Rose Gardens was flattened by high winds that swept through Knox and Lawrence counties. The Newell residence was extensively damaged. This photo, titled Unsought Opening, a room at the Harvey Voorhees home between Monroe City and Fritchton, was ripped off by high winds. A trailer parked near the property was also destroyed. This picture, titled Derailed, high winds knocked over the railroad crossing marker at 2nd Street and Niblack Boulevard. The post holding a sign was of reinforced concrete.